Oh hey there lads, my name is Lossy. Battlefield 1 Apocalypse is live for premium users on all platforms right now, and with the update came a brand new game mode, Air Assault. This new mode is inspired by air superiority that was last seen in Battlefield 4. As the game mode title suggests, it's an air-only mode that will force newer pilots as well as veterans to outmaneuver their opponents and engage in daring dogfights. The mode takes place on 2 new maps, each with their own set of rules. Razor's Edge is set high in the Alps and focuses on single-seat fighter gameplay. 2 teams are pitched against each other and must prove themselves as pilots by destroying as many of the enemy aircraft as possible. Think of it like team deathmatch in the air. The mode play area stretches high into the sky, but you can also even land your fighter. This gives you plenty of space to weave and dodge and break away from any pursuing enemies. This map can be used as an almost proving ground before hopping onto one of the more challenging mode variants. London Calling is the second map and comes with 2 of these air assault variants. Set high above London, Scourge and Raiders takes multiple air vehicles along with the airship Behemoth into account. Scourge plays like this. There is 1 defending team and 1 attacking team. The aim of the defenders is to protect their airship Behemoth from the attacking forces. It is a 2-round mode, which means both sides get an attempt to keep their Behemoth in the sky. For the defenders to win, they need to get enough points by taking down attacking planes. As for the attackers, their goal is simple: take down that airship. Raiders is even more intense. Again, taking place on the London Calling map, we have full-blown Behemoth versus Behemoth gameplay. The objective for both teams is to take out the enemy Behemoth the quickest. You can again use the full arsenal of air vehicles, even the new C-class airship, to do so. The points work a little differently though. Each enemy vehicle destroyed awards your team with a different amount of points depending on the type of vehicle you took out. So destroying the enemy Behemoth awards your team with 1000 points, which automatically wins the match, since the winning score limit is 1000. Up on screen is the score breakdown for each air vehicle. Sometimes it can be more beneficial to your team to aim for an enemy attack plane over the C-class airship. You'll get more points that way and hopefully win the match. Also, looking at the score breakdown, it can be argued that you don't need to aim for the Behemoth. By racking up enough kills on other enemy targets, you can win without touching the Behemoth. It is a huge target in your field of view though, so I don't know why you wouldn't put some shots into it. The Behemoth has actually gotten a slight change compared to normal ground-based modes. The anti-infantry weaponry have been swapped to anti-air cannons. An obvious change, but one that'll give you a bit more power to take out enemy planes. A similar change has been made to the bomber class. Rather than being focused on infantry, it's now a little bit more balanced towards air-to-air combat. Both London Calling and Razor's Edge are beautiful maps. There's so much space on each to allow some intense dogfighting and objective play. In terms of tips, I have a few, but keep in mind I'm no avid pilot myself. But thanks to some of the veteran pilots in the Battlefield community, I think I can help you get started. As I mentioned, play smart. Go for those higher rewarding targets like the attack plane. They might have a lot more health, but they are slower and are a much easier target to hit. I found the fighter class to be one of the most effective to play if I wanted to take out enemy aircraft. Their high mobility and speed meant I could catch up with slower planes like the bombers or attack planes. They deal less damage though, which is something to keep in mind. While the mode takes place in the air, you can still use certain elements of gameplay to your advantage. Use the mountain landscape to escape enemies on Razor's Edge. The attacker mightn't be as good as you as a pilot and shy off if you get too close to the ground. On London Calling, there are a few things to help you survive. Scattered around the map are observation balloons. They can be used as cover or can even be destroyed to act as a distraction. The thick cloud can sometimes result in your enemy pursuer losing sight on you, so use it as much as you can. A tip that applies to both maps that is a little dangerous: try and fly out of bounds. I found that my pursuer veers off because their screen goes grey and the out of bounds countdown acts as a visual distraction, making it harder for them to aim at you. If you'd like to know where the out of bounds area is in terms of altitude, just check out this altitude meter to the left of your minimap. It'll start blinking red if you get too low. And finally, something just to keep in mind, simply to overcome any obstacles as a team, check out what air vehicles your teammates are flying. If you see that everyone is using the fighter class and doing very little damage to the Behemoth, then maybe spawn into an attack plane. Or if your airship Behemoth is taking too many hits, then spawn into one of the anti-air cannons and defend it, rather than into an attack plane. There's a learning curve to this mode, so I suggest taking some of these tips on board and seeing what kind of damage you can do up in the air. But anyway, that just about wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then leave it a like, I'd really appreciate that, or a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe to join the lads, but until the next one, I'll see you lads later.